What is up, guys? Welcome to episode number 40, I think.
Yeah, 40.
40. Episode number 40 of the Good Point Bro podcast. My name is Caden. This is my little bro, Cam.
Don't sleep.
Don't sleep, baby. It is Friday the 13th. Get spooky with us. We got Adam back here.
Know that.
Bossmaster Fresh has joined us. Say what's up.
Hello, hello. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. Especially today. You may die.
Don't sleep.
Yeah.
All right, so we got basically our version of Jamie back here, so we're pretty excited about that.
Yeah, but he's way cooler.
Chiming in, looking stuff up for us. We're getting legit, so just hang around.
Yeah.
Grab your popcorn, grab your mom, and just sit down on the couch and enjoy
Pause. That's your cue for pause.
Yeah.
Pause.
All right. and then enjoy some Good Point Bro. You got some black on your teeth.
It's the steak.
If you watched the last
steak,
episode,
boys.
if you watched the last episode and I had a booger, blame Cam for that because literally, who doesn't like? He was proud of himself for not mentioning it.
Okay,
to
but
me.
what's more impressive? What's more impressive? Me having to look at you with a booger in your nose for 40 minutes or me not telling you that you had one? I think it's more impressive that I actually looked at you. For
No, I
40
think it's
minutes
not
staring
neither
at
are
a
impressive
booger.
because a homie
out
would have
of
been
your
like,
nose.
"Hey."
I
yo,
thought I
right
was
here,
being
right
nice. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
I'm going to have to say it's more impressive to be able to stare at somebody with a booger hanging
Yeah,
out your nose.
thank you. Thank
Well,
you.
why were we going for more impressive in this situation?
I'm just saying it's
No.
more impressive because
Like,
you were
he
like
should've-
dumbfounded that happened, and I think it's more dumbfounding that I actually sat here and watched you talk with a booger hanging out of your nose for 40
It's a
minutes.
lose-lose for me, I guess. Either I have a booger for 10 minutes and he doesn't say anything, or I have to pick a booger out on the episode.
Oh, I didn't want to think about that.
It's a lose-lose.
All right.
So keep one.
All right, let's get into some.
Yeah.
Let's get into
Yeah.
some NFL. We got the
You
playoffs
won.
coming up.
Yeah, we're live, bro. The NFL. We're talking about playoffs? We're talking
Trying to
about
think
practice?
playoffs.
It's the first
All right.
week.
We're going to start out with. Let's start with this. I kind of talked about this a little bit on TikTok. We got the Cowboys and the Bucks squaring off in the first round of the NFC. As of right now, my current pick on TikTok is the Cowboys. And it pains me to say it, but between the two, I feel like the Cowboys, they're not going to put together two bad games. They're just not. I don't think they have done that all year. I can't remember the last time they did. It might have been last season, but it definitely wasn't this year. So I just don't see them losing to Brady and company, despite the fact that it's Tom Brady in the playoffs, and it's really hard to bet against them. But
No, I am gonna pick the Cowboys too because the only thing it feels like they're consistent at is not playing back-to-back bad games, and they did that during the regular season. It seems like they bounced back. So I got the Cowboys winning a close one, but I'm gonna say Dak pulls through and they win the game.
that's the thing. I don't think Dak pulls through for them to win the game.
You
I
just
don't-
think they dominate?
I think if the Cowboys win, it is by 8 points. It's a low-scoring game. Dak has 28 passes.
What I think is that Tom Brady's gonna have to throw some picks for them to win. Like they're gonna have to win the turnover battle for sure, and I think things are gonna have to go their way.
I think they'd only have to throw some picks if Dak throws picks, because that dude is an interception machine.
No, that's what. But I mean, Tom Brady has been throwing picks this year as well.
He
So-
throws 60 times a game, of course.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
And he still has less picks than Dak, and Dak only played 12 games.
Yeah, I'm not. No, what I'm saying is not that Dak is better at not getting turnovers than Tom Brady. I'm saying Tom Brady also has thrown.
Yeah.
A
I'm
lot
just
of
saying,
turnovers
but
for him
between the
this
two, I'd be more likely to think that Dak is going to throw some. Just
Yeah.
between the two. Do you have more confidence, though? Do you have more confidence in Dak Prescott and his abilities to win the game, or Mike McCarthy as a coach to win the
I
game?
have more confidence in Mike McCarthy because he's won a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. The only
10
one he's
years
had.
ago, 12 years ago.
I know. I'm just saying he's won a Super Bowl. He
Yeah.
knows what it takes to get there and win.
Mhm.
And he also has won 24 games in the last 2 years when Jason Garrett was going 8-8 every single year with the Cowboys. So I'm taking Mike McCarthy. I think he's kind of overhated just because he's on the Cowboys. It's like the Lakers, Yankees. You just expect great things from them. But Dak, my confidence with Dak has plummeted this year just because it feels like every time the Cowboys get some sort of momentum, it just crashes because he throws stupid interceptions.
Yeah, that was
And
the
their
funny thing about the
defense plays bad.
Washington Commanders
Yeah,
game
it's
to me.
weird.
Is they're like, let's get some momentum going to the playoffs.
Yeah. And,
And
you
then
get
he
smacked
plays
with everybody playing.
Garbage. Straight garbage.
That's worrisome.
I have more confidence in Mike McCarthy as well. I wish I could say neither. I mean, Mike McCarthy's a fine coach, but he's been known to be bad in the postseason. He's also been known to be bad in like clutch moments and his speeches. Have you heard like his hype up speeches? Have you ever heard it?
No, but it seems like the way he's like
Have you?
the way he coaches on the sideline, it feels like it's trash.
Have you heard his like
Bad.
hype up speeches?
No.
Mike McCarthy?
No, I haven't.
All right, well, they're like
Once
really
we get the TV, we'll be able to.
yeah,
we
we'll
can pull
pull
it
it
up,
up,
yeah.
but it's
But
not even
here's-
worth doing.
Here's a question for you. Do you think that it's all possible that Elliott will just run out of his mind?
No.
No,
I think he's averaging like
20
2.5 yards a carry.
That's what I'm saying.
he's
though, 'cause-
trash.
I think Pollard would go off
yeah,
before.
Pollard could go off. Yeah,
Well, because I'm feeling like something weird has to happen for them to beat Tampa Bay.
but
So if
but
they
this
just-
is.
I mean, their offense.
But
clicked
why are we
for-
overrating Tampa Bay now?
They're-
Is my question.
they're-
Why are we
It's
been
not-
saying the
It's
whole
properly
year?
rating Tom Brady. I feel like.
No, but
Okay,
I'm saying
if-
we've called
this
them
was
trash the
LeBron
whole
James,
year.
You
Now-
would say that all
True.
he needs is a chip in a chair.
Okay,
Sure.
Doesn't
okay,
matter
fair.
How bad his team
fair,
is. So
fair.
I'm kind of thinking the same thing. Until Tom Brady shows us he can't do it in the playoffs.
It's true.
It's his first episode. He's already got a good point, bro.
Go ahead, hit him with
Yeah,
it.
good point, bro. It's good.
Thank you.
But I just want to say this: why are we're overrating this team a little bit? What happened?
I double clicked. My mic wasn't on.
Oh, that's all right. Don't worry about it.
It's on now, but the whole time I was just talking.
Go ahead. Say what you were
I
gonna
don't
say.
even remember what I
The
said.
LeBron and
Oh,
Tom
yeah,
Brady.
I said if Tom Brady is like the LeBron James like factor, doesn't matter how bad the team is.
Yeah.
As long as he gets to the playoffs, he has a chip in the chair.
Which Cam hit him with a good point, bro. Which you
Yeah.
guys heard that
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
That's
So
another thing I like about the
Wait,
setup.
is it for sure on now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because look
Wait.
at those green lights.
Yeah. What about it?
That's our way of knowing if it's on. Also, Adam, if you'll scroll down
How
on
do
the
we
right
know
side,
his
you'll
is
see
on?
the bros,
Yeah.
and those bars are flying.
Yeah.
So we're good.
They're going.
So
It was
the whole
just-
podcast,
And then
nobody heard
it says
any-
how long have we been
No,
recording for?
No. We've been recording for 7 minutes.
Every like 10, just hit me with something like 1, 2, or whatever, and
Okay.
I'll know like that's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Okay, how do we know that?
'Cause
Wait, is his mic off the whole time until
I've
just
been
now?
keeping it until
Yeah.
I keep
His
it off
mic was
until
off
I
the whole
want it
time?
off.
No, he's been turning it on and off, but that time he hit it twice, so it turned
Oh,
it on
you've
and
been
off.
turning it off because. Okay, got you. Okay, so
then when I
we've
went to
heard.
Talk, I double clicked.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
And then I didn't catch it.
Yeah, all right.
All right, all
So-
good.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Move
off.
into the Raiders.
Yeah, no, let's go to the Bears first.
Okay.
All right, we'll move to the Raiders.
No, I'm fine with going to the Bears. I just don't care about the Bears at all. Unless Bryce Young goes there, then I will be a super fan of the Bears. Wherever Bryce Young goes in the NFL, I will be a fan of that team.
I'll just talk about the Bears real quick and what I think they should
Okay.
do. If I'm the Bears GM, one, I'm making it look like I want a QB. I'm making it look like I'm looking at a QB and I'm trying to get as much value for the big as I possibly can, which I think they're doing. Two, we have a clear identity on offense, and that is our rushing attack. One of the, if not the best rushing attack in the entire NFL, including probably the most efficient runner in the NFL in Justin Fields. So we have those two things going
Who's
for
going
us.
to get injured?
So we have those two things going for us. So in my opinion, if I was going to keep the pick in draft, we have the 32nd pass rush, like pass attack in the entire NFL. 30 seconds. It's the last.
And who's going to make that
So-
better?
I would probably go with Will Anderson.
His name starts with a B. If I'm the Bears, I'm trading Justin Fields. Why his value is high? Because
Wait, why would
am-
Bryce Young affect my defensive pass rush?
oh, I thought you were talking about their passing offensively. My bad.
No,
I thought you were
our
saying their
biggest
va-
hole probably in our entire game is
pass rush?
pass rush. I think if you take all, I think there's 5 statistics that go along with pass rush.
And I think you got to
We're
get Will
29th
Anderson then.
through 32nd in all 5.
I think that you got to get Will Anderson then if you're last.
For instance, to show you how bad our pass rush is, our safety led the team in sacks with 4. A safety. Yeah, back and forth. I was just telling that to you specifically because that's insane.
If I'm the Bears, listen, I think Bryce Young is like a generational talent. I think he's going to be super successful in the NFL.
Sure you
I
do.
don't think Justin Fields is going to last. You can't be that bad of a passer and last in the NFL because of how much
But why
hits you're
can't he
going
get
to take.
better? Why can't he get better?
Because
You're not
he's
giving him a
the
chance
worst,
to get better.
He's the worst passer in the NFL, and you got a
So-
guy
so
who
when-
you know is going to be great. in
So when
Bryce Young.
Jalen was rushing well, his first 2 years,
he was,
and he was
never
a
as bad
passer.
as Jason.
Doesn't
Jalen
matter.
Hurts.
He's a better rusher, so he's better at one thing and not as good as the other.
He's a better runner because he runs more often.
No, he was the most efficient runner in the NFL this year.
Whatever. Because he's a quarterback. He's not. He's able to just run better than a running back because they know what's coming.
What?
Like I'm saying if a quarterback is a good runner, it's more like beneficial for him to be a more efficient runner than a running back. That's what I'm saying.
I just can't. I'm gonna. And then lastly, what I would probably do is trade the pick away completely, get weapons for Justin, drop down, get 2 picks in the first, and then see what you can do with those. Maybe there's a lot of good pass rushers in this draft, so maybe you just don't get those top 2 guys and you get somebody else, and then you get a good wide receiver, like that dude at Ohio State.
Marvin.
No, he's a sophomore. The other one.
Jimbo.
Yeah.
That guy's a freak.
All right, so that's all because everyone hates the Bears. I mean,
I don't like
my
talking about
gosh.
I will like talking about him when they get Bryce Young and trade Justin Fields for Will Anderson.
Don't read this out loud. I was going through all of my notes.
Yeah.
And look at the bottom. The last sentence.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I forgot that you typed that in here.
That's funny.
But since you brought up the Bears, I'm going to say that they are going to get Adams from.
You need
Oh,
to put it
Devontae?
closer to his mouth.
No, he's chilling.
Okay.
He can see the bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams from the Raiders.
From the Raiders, yeah.
And then the Raiders are going to draft Bryce Young.
Oh.
They might because they'll trade him the.
Okay, I might be on board with that.
Yeah. Well, I told you as long as they go to Raiders. Or
Because isn't he locked up with the Raiders?
I don't love that if I'm a Bears fan.
No, but I'm saying,
he's
isn't he
an
locked-
older receiver
Yeah, but maybe you just want those hands for Fields.
for a
is a
number
little
1
safe.
pick.
Would you rather have Justin Fields or Bryce Young, though, if you were to pick next year?
If I would,
As a
I would
Bear-
want the Raiders pick as well. So I want Devontae and a Raiders pick for the number 1, and maybe
I can
another.
see
Maybe
some-
like a
My
second
only
rounder.
question for you with the Bears is: would you rather have Bryce Young or Justin Fields as your quarterback
That
going
is
into
a
next year?
huge question mark. I mean, it's got to be one of the biggest. Like,
Okay,
you
I'm
want to
just
talk about
saying, you're a
injuries? with
GM,
Bryce-
you're projecting.
Bryce Young literally missed 2 games this year.
Oh, because of a freak landing. He showed all throughout his career at Bama that he could take hits.
He
doesn't
played 2
run. He's gonna be
seasons.
way less injury prone than Justin. I promise you. And don't act like Justin's a big quarterback. He's
I'm not, but Bryce Young's 5'10" and like
No, he's not 5'10".
180
He's
pounds.
like 5'11" without cleats, 6 foot with cleats, 190.
It's not big.
That's not like Kyler Murray small.
It's the second smallest QB in
Yeah,
the
but
NFL.
what if he put on some muscle?
Yeah.
The huge advantage in the NFL is more height than actual
Okay,
mass.
Justin Fields is only 6'1",
I'm not arguing
and he
that he's
only runs.
right. So, okay, hold on.
So if you're
Here's
talking about
what
injuries, I
you're
think
losing
Justin
me.
Fields is
If
more
we're talking about
concerned.
overall size, and there's one that's dynamic, and he's small, or 6'1", and that's small, and then the other one is only strictly a passer.
He is
How
not
it-
only a strictly passer.
He's not going to run anywhere close to Justin Fields. And
No,
if,
he's
and if
not,
I'm a
but he's going
if
to be
I'm
able
his
to touch
coach,
the ball and
if I'm
save
his
himself
coach-
from injury.
if I'm Bryce Young's coach, that dude's rushing for 150 yards a year at most.
Yeah.
He's not moving.
Yeah. No, he's not.
He's moving in the
you're
pocket.
dumb.
He's
You're-
not
yeah,
rushing.
he's extending plays better than Justin.
How am I
Fields
being
can.
dumb? How am I being dumb at all?
Because running is not about just getting yards. It's about extending plays, which Bryce Young
That's
does
not
way
running.
better than Justin Fields.
He's mobile, yes.
Yes.
They're both
That-
mobile.
Yeah.
The difference is Justin Field hasn't used that to his advantage yet. He's bad at reads. That's what he's bad at. He has
Yeah.
a lot of misreads, and that's something that you can teach and he can get better at.
I don't know about that.
I'm
Bryce
saying-
Young's special at that.
I'm not saying Bryce Young. You think, why is this a personal attack? This is like the Tobey Maguire
No,
thing.
this is not
I'm-
a personal attack at all. We're just arguing.
I'm just saying.
I'm
all-
not like taking this personal at all.
Okay, well then, like, I don't know how you're talking about it. It seems like it. All I'm saying is that it's a huge question mark on if it's a gamble. I have one gamble right
It's
here,
a gamble to keep
right? Okay,
Justin
hold
Fields.
on, dude. I have one gamble right here. That's Justin Fields. Let's say out of 10, it's a 9 gamble. Okay? I can take this number 1 pick and get security with weapons. Or I can say I have this gamble here. Let me have another gamble and get Bryce Young. Now I have 2 gambles.
Why can't you trade Justin
doesn't make
Fields for
sense.
weapons? Why can't you trade Justin Fields for weapons?
Because number 1 overall pick is a lot better than a backup QB. When I'm
backup
trading.
quarterback.
Because
People are gonna
why
take
would
him
I
as a
trade Justin
starter.
Fields? Because got Bryce Young. What does he now become? A backup QB.
Why?
Now you're saying
Why
that
does he-
Bryce
why
Young
do you
is
have to trade
better.
him to a back? Why do you have to trade him to a team where he's gonna be a backup?
He is
There's
not
gonna be
worth.
teams that want him to be. A
So
starter.
what team is going to say? What team is going to say Justin Fields is worth a number 1 pick? No one.
Teams that think that Justin Fields is better than Bryce Young and
If
CJ
Justin
Stroud.
Fields was in this draft, he wouldn't be the number 1 pick. Because you think Bryce Young's better. So
Okay,
why would
so
he be
why,
worth?
then that I would say, why would you not put Bryce Young over Justin Fields if you're the Bears? If he was in this draft, he still wouldn't be the number 1 pick. So I want you to pick the best quarterback, which changes your team more than any other position.
I just told you why. Because I have a gamble in Justin Fields already, and I'm gambling on 2. Let's say I
think
play
Bryce
both.
Young is a way
Let's
less
say I
of
play-
a gamble.
No.
And talk to anybody who talks NFL says that Bryce Young is more NFL ready than even probably Justin Fields and anybody in this draft.
That's fine. That isn't my point. You're just not listening. I can have Devontae Adams and picks. That's security and weapons, regardless of Justin Fields. I can sign Aaron Rodgers tomorrow and have Devontae Adams and wide receivers and other weapons for a QB, or even a pass rusher. Or I can have another QB that I'm gambling on, and I don't even know which one's going to be good. You see what I'm saying?
It's all about, but I'm
I see what you're
projecting.
saying, but I also feel that because Fields isn't the Bears guy, that coaching staff came into Fields, so they're adapting to him. So they've had all this year to realize we can't run our offense with this guy, and so then maybe they see Young.
No,
as a
they
better
could.
option. No, I'm saying
They could, but I just don't want to act
understand-
like I don't want to act like Bryce Young is automatically Patrick Mahomes. Like,
Nobody said that.
No,
Like,
well, I mean,
He's a
Like, what are we
I think
comparing
he's
him
a
to?
franchise quarterback in the NFL.
that is a huge statement.
Yeah.
No one says that.
Why?
but it's-
So
Why can't people say that?
he's a franchise QB without playing a single game in the NFL.
I'm projecting you. Do you not understand how this stuff works? Do you not understand how the draft works? It's called projections. I am projecting that he will be better than Justin Fields. I am projecting that the Bears will be more successful with Bryce Young than Justin Fields. I don't care if you give me Devontae Adams. You're not ever going to win a Super Bowl with a guy who runs as much as he does and is so bad in the pocket. He's going to get injured, and he's not going to be able to win you playoff games.
Right, for 1 year. What if Bryce comes in and you're like, hey, he thinks he has Alabama's O-line. He takes way too long to throw.
He
can't-
didn't. He had the worst line that they've had. With all the other quarterbacks, he had the
You
worst
know,
line.
watch the last last 5 games of Alabama. You know how much time he had. Don't lie. You know how much time he had in those last 5 games.
The year that he dropped 47 touchdowns and 7 picks and beat Georgia, who had 6 players drafted off that defense, they lost almost every single offensive lineman from 2020, which was their best offensive line. That
means
was their
nothing to
weakest
me.
offensive line. So
He's
I'm saying
going to
he
have
showed you that he
the
doesn't need a
his
best
time to
offensive line.
throw. No, his time to throw at Alabama is way more than it will be in the NFL.
But you know what's funny? Because you just said a couple podcasts ago that
For the
that
5th
Justin
time,
Fields had the most
that
time
was
to
in
throw.
week 10.
So he had,
Okay, let's look
so
it
he
up.
had 10 weeks.
Adam, can you look that up?
Wait, can I just say this stat?
Just-
Justin Fields had the most time out of any quarterback through week
No.
10, which is a
Just
large,
to have him look it up before you just
Can
say
I
random
just-
stats.
no.
No, because you're using my word against me, and I don't even know if it's true. Just
Then
look
why'd
up.
you tell me that?
Just look up most time to throw in the NFL.
So you get Bryce, I guarantee he's gonna make plays that Justin Fields cannot make.
To who, bro? Chase Claypool? That's his number 1.
He's gonna make people better. Justin Fields is probably making these
Who's
guys
he
look like
making
they
better?
suck. You don't think anything has to do with Justin Fields not being able to pass that make these receivers look worse?
We traded away our best receiver to the Rams.
And you don't think any of it's on Justin Fields for his poor accuracy
Oh my
to make
gosh.
these receivers look worse?
What do you not understand about what I'm saying? I never said it wasn't Justin Fields. I said he can get better. Obviously, when you bring Bryce Young in, you don't think
So
you
you're
have stuff to get
projecting
better
that he's gonna get better, which you
Yes,
aren't letting
I
me
do think
project
he's
with
gonna get
Bryce
better.
Young. So can I not project with Bryce Young? Why can't I do that?
No,
'Cause you
I
were
never
talking
said
about-
anything
you-
about the
no,
future.
no.
I said no.
You were talking about right now,
Right.
and I was, and
I'm
now
saying
you just
Justin
made a
Fields
projection.
is a gamble for next year. I said that a billion times.
And I think it's less of a gamble to take Bryce Young.
How? He's a 5'10 QB who has been proven not to work in the NFL over and over and over and
What?
over. If we've learned
But a guy who can't pass and runs every single time and takes a ton of hits.
I
that's,
didn't
that's
say
a great
once.
quarter-
If between the two, I'd rather have Josh Allen. Yeah, I'd rather have anybody.
No,
I'd
I'm
rather.
just talking
There's
about
a
them
good chance.
two.
There's a potential. I'd rather have Mac Jones.
Like, all my point is that he is more of a gamble to me than Bryce Young. You said how because he's a small quarterback. I said 2 points. 1, all he does is run and can't pass. 2, he's not even that much bigger than Bryce. Case closed.
But how are both?
Case closed.
What is the closed about it? You just called me dumb. You said,
Oh,
I not even know what I'm saying.
I said one thing about being you dumb, and now you're barred
you
about
literally
that?
just don't. You've cut me off probably 10 times in this conversation.
No, you
Yeah.
cut me off as well.
No, in the middle of me talking, maybe.
Yeah, no, you cut me off when I was making a point as well.
Only
Yeah,
about
I'm not mad about this at all. Like, I'm fine.
well, it's
No,
just I'm
no,
frustrated
you-
because it's hard for me to get a point out.
Okay, then make your point. Because I feel like you're not listening to my point either.
Do I think Bryce Young could have a better career? Yes. Would I rather have a bunch of pieces? Yes. The Bears are trash. Their pass rush is trash. Their DBs are trash. Their line is trash. Their receivers are average. Their running backs are okay.
So what do you get from trading the number 1 pick? How much stuff do you get?
If I do get Devontae
just
Adams,
get
which I
one-
don't even want,
Okay.
I could get another top 20 receiver,
Okay.
probably three picks for a team that wants a QB.
So you
Then they go
get you
Bryce
say
Young.
you get a receiver. You're saying you either get a receiver and 3 picks is what you get for that? Like a top 20 receiver and 3 picks?
Potentially.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would take Bryce over that. I think it starts at the quarterback position.
okay, well, what is
If
it,
you
what
have
is
a
the QB going to do with
if
the
you have a
32nd ranked defense in the NFL and no line, no receivers? What is Bryce Young going to do?
But
You
you
build
okay, but
if the
you were
49ers
saying,
have showed you everything, anything, you build around everything else, and then you can take any QB to the Super Bowl. That's what the 49ers have showed you.
okay, but that's different because we're
Is
talking
it?
about a team if they had a quarterback would be one of the best teams, if not the best team in the last 20 years. That's not what we're talking about.
Okay, then do
We're
the Colts
talk-
last year.
Can I
Do the
finish?
Colts last
Can
year.
I finish? This is my thing. Why, when you are a franchise like the Bears who have never gotten the quarterback position right, I feel like with this draft, when you have such talented quarterbacks in this draft, if you whiff on this one and don't take Bryce or Stroud, because I think Stroud's going to be successful and a beast too, I think you're foolish.
Nothing.
You can't find anything.
I think you found it.
2.95 seconds he had to throw.
Is and what
That-
would-
Only
I
second to the Jets quarterback.
Zach Wilson or Michael White.
so that's good or bad?
That's second to last. Is that second to last?
So-
Or is that
Second to
in the NFL.
second to most.
So he had the most time, the second most time in the NFL to throw, and he was
Which
that,
is possible.
and he
Which
was
is what?
that
Which
poor.
is possible.
You give Bryce 3 seconds, I guarantee you're gonna have one
I'm
more.
pretty sure the
success.
average in the NFL is 3 seconds. So I'd be surprised if every team was under that.
Uh,
But that's okay.
Still, he has all that time or second most time in the NFL to throw.
unless my first stat take was completely wrong.
What are you looking up?
All right. We can just move on then.
All right.
You want to talk about Derek Carr?
Yeah, we can talk about Derek Carr. Maybe the Bears should try to get him.
I don't even know.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, stuff like that. I think if I'm the Bears, whatever Justin Fields, anything, I don't understand drafting another gamble young QB. That's what I don't understand about it.
But this is all this is in sports is projections. So what I am telling you, I am projecting is that Bryce will be a franchise quarterback.
Okay,
With
compare
that, I would
Bryce-
say
compare Bryce to whatever
he is
QB.
not as much of a gamble as Justin Fields. He's not.
I
even
don't think he
close.
is either. I don't want two gambles when I can have security
No,
along
but
with my gamble
what
that I
I'm
already
saying,
have.
what I'm saying is he's not even close to as much as a gamble as Justin Fields.
I agree.
Yeah.
For the 50th
Yeah.
time.
So I think it's
They're
even
both a gamble.
20 minutes.
They're
so I
both
think
a
it's
gamble.
even-
That's what I'm saying.
But I think
So
that
if I can trade that pick for security, I'd rather do that.
I
because
think drafting
tell me
Bryce
this.
is security.
It's
That's-
not.
That's
It's
what I
not.
think.
It's
That's
not.
my opinion, and that's what I'm projecting. So
Okay, I'm
just gotta
saying
to live with it, my
Who do you
guy.
think relate him to a QB in the NFL right now? Who
Relay him?
will he be
I
year
think
one?
I think year one.
Yes.
I think he'd have like a Mac Jones type year, rookie year.
So Max, so a 24-13 year.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not doing that on the Bears because the Patriots are way better
Why?
than the
He
Bears
has
in every
he
way.
has the second most. How were they better his rookie year? They didn't have a great amount of weapons. They didn't have a
Their
great amount of
defense was
weapons.
fantastic.
Okay, but we're just talking about offensively. I'm
No.
not talking about wins
defense
or losses.
creates for the offense.
I'm not talking about wins or losses.
I'm not
just,
either.
I'm just talking
I'm
about.
not either.
Okay.
Their defense created for their offense. Their defense led the league in points scored. Why do you think his defense put him in great positions on the field?
Then why were they so bad offensively this year?
Mac Jones?
Yeah.
Because their offense sucks.
Oh, but that's what I'm saying. I think that Bryce is going to elevate that offense.
Great
so
point.
defense
Great
doesn't-
point as well. Matt Patricia is a much better OC than Bryce Young would have at the Bears. That's another great point. Their OC
Matt
was,
Patricia would?
or whatever the one they had before that was. That Mac Jones had his rookie year.
Oh,
Matt
Josh
something?
McDaniels?
Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels is a much better OC than he'll have at the
Okay.
Bears. Much better. More. He's actually, and so imagine Mac Jones as a dude similar to Bryce Young would have, with weapons similar to Bryce Young would have, and look how bad his stats went down after he didn't have an OC, even though he still had a top 10 defense.
Yeah, but I feel like what makes Bryce so built for this NFL is just how he can extend plays, like broken plays, which Matt can't do. He's not
okay,
mobile
but you
like
just
that.
compared him to Mac. I didn't.
No, I just said stats wise. I did not compare him any way, shape, or form to.
I
their
said,
play
who do you
style.
think he'll have? Okay,
I'm just talking about straight stats.
okay,
I'm
stop.
not talking
Forget about
anything
stats.
else.
Forget about stats. If you ranked every QB 1 through 32, where's Bryce Young in his first year?
He's in the 14 to 16 range.
Okay,
his
so he's
first
2
year.
spots under Dak Prescott.
Yep, absolutely.
I agree. If he's on the Cowboys, how good is Dak Prescott if he's on the Bears?
I have no clue.
20, 22.
I mean, this Dak, who's playing awful, yes.
Well, I mean,
The
this is the
past
Dak that they put number 12. So
past
why wouldn't
Dak-
I say that?
No, number 12 as in playoff rankings.
Right, but
of
where are
all
the best
top four.
QBs
Okay,
in the playoffs?
that's not true.
Name
because
a top 10 QB
Brock,
that's not.
Brock Purdy is not in the top 10 quarterbacks.
But name a top 10 QB that's not in the playoffs.
name a top 10 QB that's not in the playoffs.
Yeah, that you'd put over Dak.
I guess Kirk Cousins.
He's
I
in the
would-
playoffs.
Yeah, I would put Dak over him.
Okay, name a QB that is top 10. That is
Okay,
not
I
in
don't
the
want to think of
playoffs
this.
over
I don't
Dak.
want to think of this question, but I saw the rankings because there's backups in there too, and he was number 12. Okay, if you look at the list, it's kind of ridiculous. He put Brock Purdy over him.
Okay,
Kirk
I think
over-
he's 12th in the league. I don't care about the playoff rankings you're
Okay,
talking about.
that's all I thought you were trying to reference what I was saying. No, I'm saying that this Dak Prescott who's thrown 17 picks in 12 games. Yeah, sure, he wouldn't be successful. He'd be even worse on the Bears. But the Dak that was 37 touchdowns and 10 picks, he'd be fine.
Okay, I don't care about any of that. I said
Bryce would be better
oh
on
my
the.
gosh, let me talk. The Dak of this year, I ranked 12. You ranked him 14. Bryce Young, that's right next to 12. So I said, do you think the Dak that I ranked at 12 would be successful in the Bears? No. The Bears have a lot of work to do.
I think he'd be a lot.
Why
better
would a
than-
QB automatically?
Why can I finish?
Because I was
Can I
still in the
finish?
middle of
Okay.
talking. I never stopped.
Okay.
I never stopped talking.
Okay.
I literally didn't.
Okay, go ahead.
I was saying, why would a QB automatically make you better off a rip? When your pass rush is 32nd in the league, your DBs are like 28th. Your offensive line is apparently number 2.
But they had a brighter future than the Texans. See, I don't get your points in NFL at all because I said they're the exact same team as the Texans. And then you say no, they have a brighter future, but you just rank because you know what you do. You cherry pick data is what you do, and when it fits your narrative of now they're a bad team, then you do all these stats of like they suck at every position and everything. And I said they're the same as the Texans, but now they suck at everything and they don't have a bright future is what you're explaining to me. So if they do have a bright future,
I never said they don't have a bright future.
they do have a bright future, then I want to get a better quarterback to fit in that picture, which would be Bryce Young. Is all I'm saying.
All right, I cherry pick data and I don't know what I'm saying. That's fine.
No, I just think you cherry pick data
Let's
on
go
that.
okay, let's go to Derek Carr. Go ahead.
Go to Derek Carr.
I think you're cherry picking data on that one, bro.
I get it. You said it 7
So-
times.
Hello? Okay. Now I'm finding something that said Justin Fields had 3.42 seconds.
Which would
is
lead the NFL.
2.2 seconds longer than any other NFL QB.
I'm telling you, the league
But I mean,
average
that's
is
just something
3.
I found on Twitter. So take it with you.
Okay.
I mean,
When was that posted on Twitter?
6:29. Oh, 10:14. So yeah.
So October?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So it was like week 7
Right.
or 6.
So
Go
let's
ahead.
just
You
go
had
to,
some stuff you wanna talk
let's
about.
Go to Carr. We're gonna go ahead and go to Carr now.
Derek Carr got done so dirty by the Raiders. In his 9-year tenure with the Raiders, they had the 32nd ranked defense in the NFL during that span. And what they did is just kick him out the door. Didn't even basically tell him why. and didn't even let him come to the practice facilities, which I just think is ridiculous. And now Derek Carr didn't even have a press conference of why he was leaving or anything with them. He just did it on Twitter. So I just think that if I'm the Raiders, I don't really know. Like, I guess they're thinking we're going to do a full rebuild. But now signing Devontae Adams to that long contract was stupid. If you're just going to give him a bunch of money, but now you want to do a full rebuild with a different quarterback. So I think that Derek Carr, is still a top 15 quarterback. He didn't have a great year, but I don't know how much better you're going to get than him for real in the NFL. He's definitely still, I think, a franchise quarterback.
Yeah, he got done. He was straight disrespected. I mean, he had he leads the league in fourth quarter comebacks in the last 8 years. Like, I mean, if you look at his stats over last year, I think besides his first and then this year, he averages over 4,000 yards a season. Like, I don't know what they're looking for, and I don't think Jared Stidham is what they're looking for, so I'm not quite sure why you would just kick the guy straight off the team and not even let him come back because he's a distraction when he's probably the best QB obviously the best QB they've had in Las Vegas, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really get it. And then, I mean, he's the reason that you even have your number one receiver, who's the best receiver potentially in the NFL, so I just don't – none of it really makes much sense to me. I think Derek Carr's a good guy, and I think he'll land somewhere. I'd like to see him maybe on the Jets. I think he would turn their offense around real quick, and then their defense is obviously great with really good pieces such as Quentin Williams and then Sauce Gardner. So, that would be cool to see. But beyond that, I think the Raiders, man, I think they're in for a long haul, man. They're 4 wins this year? I think it's not looking bright for that franchise.
What if Bryce goes there? I think that would be a good fit.
Do you guys remember when the Raiders gave Gruden like
Gruden?
$100 billion and they're like, this is gonna change the whole franchise?
Do you remember when they gave Antonio Brown that ridiculous contract? And if Antonio Brown just stayed for like 2 days longer, he'd have been guaranteed like $60 million. So then he just absolutely threw away $60 million because he was like cussing out John Gruden and
because he couldn't wear a helmet.
Yeah, and then he like froze his foot. You remember that in the hyper chamber? Yeah.
Oh yeah, he burned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is funny.
All right, we're going to head over to the Mac Jones thing going on in the Patriots. I don't know if you guys have heard about this yet. Mac Jones, apparently, per my sources, which is Colin Cowherd, looked around basically outside of the building for answers on their struggling offense, for tips, anywhere he could find them. And Bill Belichick and eventually Bill Belichick heard about this, was obviously pissed about it, and benched him for Bailey Zappi.
Because he's a little butthurt.
Sounds a little babyish.
Yeah, he's
and
a little
now,
butthurt about that. Yeah, for sure.
A little babyish.
The players seem to be stacked around. Mac Jones. I literally couldn't think about what I was saying.
No, I think it's great.
You pulled out of water, swung your mic around, chugged, and then pointed at me in the middle of what I was trying to say, which was originally going to be a clip, but now there's no shot it can be.
Well, why don't you restart?
I don't want to.
Okay. Dude, you got to relax. You're at like a 7. I need you at like a 3.
I was getting back, and then you just started joking.
I got a backpack full of tracks.
Go ahead.
Okay. I think, personally, in my humble opinion, that I think it's cool to see the guys rally around Mac Jones instead of, the GOAT of the NFL. But talking about this, I just want to mention that this just proves that Nick Saban is the greatest college football coach. Or not just college, but greatest football coach in the history of life. Because he pivots better than any other football coach we've ever seen. Like in their first title run when they won 3 out of 4 titles from 2009 to 2012 or 13 or whatever. He had a great defense, great run game. AJ McCarron was good, but he was more of a game manager type role, and he was just clutch. Then the game changes to the spread offense, and this man goes on a quarterback extravaganza by having about to be 4 straight quarterbacks that start in the NFL, which I guarantee you has never been done before. So I just wanted to point that out about how Bill Belichick is, I think, being stubborn with this, and it's going to backfire on him, and maybe it could even get him fired in the future. I don't know. But it just shows how Nick Saban is the greatest football coach in the history of life itself.
All righty, let's go over to if the best teams made it out of both the NFC and the AFC.
What is wrong? Why can't I just smile?
I mean, you know what you're doing. If the best teams made it out of both the NFC and the AFC, who do you got?
Chiefs 49ers part 2. I think that the Chiefs obviously have the best offense in the NFL. Their defense has been better. I think they're a top 5 pass rush defense in the NFL, which is going to be crucial for the playoffs. I think the Chiefs pull it out. They got home field the whole playoffs unless they play the Bills and it's a neutral field. I'm still taking the Chiefs. And then the reason why I got the 49ers is because, man, they're the hottest team in the NFL, or one of the hottest teams in the NFL. It does cause a little concern for me that Jalen got hurt. I don't know how he's going to play in the playoffs. Maybe his shoulder bothers him for the rest of the playoffs. I think they kind of had a little momentum snap because of his injury. And I think the 49ers are just going to ride that hot wave, and they're just going to dominate in the playoffs and reach Super Bowl.
All right, for me, the best team in the AFC has got to go to the Buffalo Bills. And then following that, the best team in the NFC is the Philadelphia Eagles. I know that a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh, the 49ers are the best team, and they're going to go to the Super Bowl. And the reason I disagree with that specifically, I can't put all my faith in Brock Purdy. Okay, rookie QBs in the postseason are 1-8. They're historically bad. I mean, it's just a lot of pressure to put on a rookie QB to say, this is going to be the team. This is the best team in the league. Like, that's a lot. Their defense, amazing, spectacular. Their pieces on offense, spectacular. To me, I might even start Jimmy G if he's healthy, because it's hard for me to put all my trust right back into a rookie QB. I know he's played well, and he's a really cool guy, and it's cool to see. But for me, the team that is 13-1 with a healthy QB, Jalen Hurts, is still the best team in the NFC, and they've proven it all year long. And it's kind of weird to me that we're doubting him now based on a shoulder injury, which may or may not even hurt, but who's to say? And then for me, I like the Bills over the Chiefs right now. I think the Chiefs, obviously, Patrick Mahomes is the only reason they're in that discussion. Their offense is good. It's the best in the NFL. And their defense, to me, just isn't quite there. So, I think the Bills they had some injuries towards the end of the year, but they're starting to get healthy again besides Von Miller on the defensive end. So,
yeah, I mean, I don't think
DeMar Hamlin's out.
I don't think the Bills'
obviously.
defense is much better than the Chiefs, especially without Von Miller, just because of how much their pass.
You got
rush is.
the defensive rankings?
But
NFL
also
defensive.
with the 49ers thing, I don't feel like we can compare Brock Purdy to past rookie QBs in the past as much because of how great their team is. I'm really just looking at him as like, get the ball to the playmakers. That's all he has to do, and they're just going to win games. And they'll just win games
Brock
through their
Purdy?
defense too, yeah.
No, I agree. If there was a rookie QB that would do it, it would be Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Or it would just be the 49ers team, whoever
I
that
still
rookie
can't
QB
believe
was.
you would start Jimmy G. He lost the Super Bowl.
That's fine. What has Brock Purdy done?
No, I know, I get it. I'm just saying, like, why give him another chance when he
because
just
he's
lost
one of
to
the
that
most
team?
efficient QBs in the NFL. And Brock Purdy's, I think he's 10-4. If you look at Brock Purdy's games and
10-4,
Jimmy G's
that's-
games this year,
They're about the same.
they're about the same, and Jimmy doesn't throw the picks.
No, I'd start Purdy.
Purdy-
I wouldn't ruin.
Purdy
this
puts the
momentum
balls
that you have.
put the balls down the field better for sure. But besides that,
and he's just
I mean-
a freak athlete.
yeah. All right, I don't know if you thought about this much. If you could add an NFL team to any city, where and why?
You go first. I'm still kind of thinking about that.
Dude, I haven't thought about it either.
Oh, bro.
No.
All right,
I
let's
actually
just
completely forgot.
let's just think about this.
Do I not to get
Probably-
to play the whole who's going to be in the Super Bowl?
Did you
yet?
do the defensive thing?
I was trying to,
You couldn't find it?
but then something else popped up. But you guys are moving along, so I didn't want to get left.
No, just
No, just you
Yeah.
tell us whenever we're.
you're
in
like,
this
hey, I pulled up
conversation.
those defensive things.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
Oh.
bet.
That's kind of what they do on Rogan.
Well, it's fine. but do you guys want?
did you get it or no?
Not yet.
NFC,
Who,
AFC,
we
go
think
ahead.
that you're. Who,
My
okay, your
picks.
picks. All right.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
have to say Buffalo and San Francisco.
You like the
because
49ers
that's
too?
what I
Over
already
the
predicted.
Chiefs, dog.
I
It was his
predicted
preseason.
Oh,
No, it was like week 4. Just
Okay.
due because of what they did.
I don't
to
know
the
who
Bears.
didn't pick the Bills. Beginning,
but
everybody
the thing
did.
is the only problem I have with San Francisco now, even though I'm not going back on it because I'm a man of my word.
Yeah.
Is that they've won 10 now?
I'm a man of my word.
Yeah, I told you that too. They're due.
That's what I'm
so
saying,
they won
dude.
10 in a row. So you're gonna tell me that they're gonna win another 4?
14
They
straight.
just have to
How
win
can you
3.
win
Oh, to win
14
the Super Bowl.
Straight games in the NFL.
Because you're the freaking best team in the NFL.
It's called a hiccup.
The
But
Eagles,
I think
the
it-
Eagles almost did it.
I think because they
Almost.
don't.
Almost.
But this is
Almost.
my thing. I think because they don't rely on one player. Like if Jalen plays bad, the Eagles can still win, but it's going to be really tough. If Brock Purdy has a bad game, more than any other team, they have a chance to succeed just because
They
of
do
how
that, it's
good.
all scheme.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Their
No,
coach is
I'm with
great.
you
Yeah.
for sure.
Their defense
But what's a
creates
bad
turnovers.
game? Because bad games in playoffs, you're done.
No, I'm saying bad game is
in the
like
playoff could be a
I'm
pick
saying
six
bad
kind of
game is like
Yeah.
maybe 55% completion percentage, a pick, a TD, like just not a great game.
I'm saying
That's
if
what I'm
any QB throws 2 picks, unless the other one did too, it's going to be hard to win that game.
I just think the 49ers with their defense.
Which is
Which
why it's
game's
hard for
gonna
me to
cost
trust
chaos.
Dak, but I'm just going to.
Yeah, I am too. I was thinking Bucks all the way through, but I'm taking Cowboys just because they.
So yeah,
got
let's talk this
spanked.
through. What cities don't have one that are like big cities? Like some in Texas.
I'm thinking Florida.
I was thinking Florida off the rip too, but there's already 3. 2.
Yeah.
So
Miami
what do you,
and Jacksonville?
What do you want to know about the
What
defense?
about
Tampa Bay.
Sacramento.
3
no,
in
San
Florida.
Diego doesn't have a football. Oh, yeah, I'm
The
stupid.
Chargers.
No, they're in the LA right now, dummy.
Oh, San Diego. Oh, San Diego doesn't then.
Yeah.
San
Nah,
Francisco
they
had
used
the
to.
best defense.
San
I would go
Francisco.
San
What are
Diego.
the top 10?
Top 10: San Francisco, Philly, Washington, New York Giants, New Orleans, Buffalo, Denver, New England, Tampa Bay, Baltimore.
So
Can you see where the
Buffalo
Chiefs
is
are?
at 6?
Yeah, 6.
Where is the Chiefs?
Chiefs are. They're
They gotta
so
be the
far
top.
down. I can't even count.
They gotta be
Yeah.
the top
They're-
15.
No, they're two. They're 2 below Tampa Bay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're
12.
12.
That's not bad at all.
But the Bills are 6th and the Eagles are 2nd.
yeah, but is
I'm just
that is
saying-
how much is the difference between number 12 and 6 for real?
Well, I just told you that they had a lot of injuries late in the year, and that I think those guys are coming back. And before they were, so with injuries, they're 6 because they were on the decline.
Yeah, they'd be a top
So,
3
yeah.
if they were healthy, especially with Von Miller.
Yeah, but I don't think he'll be back.
No, he's not. He's done. So I mean, if Von Miller was there,
Yeah.
that'd be tough to pick the Chiefs.
Nashville has one with the Titans. Memphis,
I would go. My first pick would be San Diego,
Birmingham.
just 'cause no, you're not making jack. You can put the Yellow Jackets there.
So the San Francisco's plus 13 in turnovers.
That's insane. That
Then
is
Dallas
insane.
is plus 10.
Cleveland.
Dallas is plus 10 with how many picks Dak's
Cleveland are
thrown.
-1.
Hold on, that is ridiculous.
Huh?
Dallas is plus 10 in turnovers, and still Dak threw 17 picks.
In
That's
like
pretty
4
insane.
games.
That's insane.
Bears are -2.
Yeah.
Indy is -13.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah,
That's
bad.
Who
unbelievably
do you think
bad.
their quarterback? Carr. Go to Indy and save
No.
him.
He just did. That's where he came from.
Who?
No,
Derek
Carr-
Carr's been with the
Derek-
Raiders.
Oh,
Derek
Carr.
Carr.
Why did I think Wentz when you
Wentz-
said
yeah.
that?
No, because isn't that what they've been
The
doing
Colts
last
is where
couple
No,
years?
quarterbacks
I
goes.
still like Carr going to the Jets.
The Colts is where. No, I like Wentz out of the league. The
No,
Colts-
Carr going to the Jets.
Oh, Carr. I thought you said-
See, what is happening?
Wentz is on his way out first. I like.
He's a cancer.
I like me. Come on, bro. Oh, I like. The Colts is where quarterbacks go to die. So if Carr goes there, he's done. I like Carr to the Jets for sure.
Yeah.
Carr to the Jets. I don't.
If
I
Derek
think that
Carr-
makes the most sense for sure.
Yeah, for me,
Yeah.
for sure.
I don't understand where else a better option for
Yeah,
him. To
I
be
mean,
honest.
if I'm Derek Carr, I'm 100% signing with the Jets.
And you're in
I mean,
New York.
Yeah, you're in New York.
Yeah.
Their defense is spectacular. They
Spectacular.
have young
Freaking
offensive
ridiculous.
pieces. Like that, where like that. That's where you want to go,
Yeah.
bro.
What if he
Good,
goes,
a cool coach. Their
Now,
coach-
now the division's tough. That division's gonna be tough.
What if he
but
goes
outside of that-
to the Ravens?
yeah, that division is tough, man.
The Ravens and they get rid of Lamar.
Yeah.
Lamar signs with the Bears.
But then the Ravens have to completely.
They have 2
But then the
stars.
Ravens-
and then they still draft Bryce Young.
Yeah.
But then the Ravens have to completely change their offense. That's got to be tough because you just literally put.
No, they're going with Huntley if Lamar doesn't sign.
Oh, then they suck. They're gonna suck.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're gonna be in a full rebuild.
We're at 44.
44.
44 minutes.
All right. Let's just skip the NFL team anywhere. I don't even know. Top 5 playoff QBs. I'll start. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. No doubt, it's Patrick Mahomes. Number 2, Joe Burrow.
Burr.
Mr. Burr, baby. Number 3, Josh Allen. Number 4, Justin Herbert. And number 5, Jalen Hurts. I snubbed Trevor.
Why do you put Josh Allen third when he has the best QBR in playoff history? Why are you putting him below Joe Burrow?
Because of the season they just had.
They had okay. My top 5 quarterbacks going into the playoffs in the NFL. Number 1, Pat Mahomes, the GOAT. My homeboy. Number 2, I'm going Josh Allen, best QBR in playoff history. Number 3, Joe Burrow. He's cold. Number 4, Jalen Hurts. And number 5, Justin Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What? You have a problem with my list, bro?
I'm just thinking. So you think Justin Herbert's not better than Jalen?
I think I'm going like this. Jalen has a way better opportunity to be successful in the playoffs than Justin Herbert just because of the team around him. So I'm integrating that as well.
What is your favorite moment in NFL playoff history since 2010?
Oh, this is easy. It's the pick in the end zone by what's his name? Malcolm Brogdon. Oh, that's a NBA
Butler.
player for the Celtics. The pick in the end zone by Malcolm Butler. That was, I believe, that was the most watched Super Bowl of all time at 114 million. Everybody loved that defense in Seattle. That team was just, I remember being a kid just loving that team. You just think that they're on the 2-yard line with one of the best running backs in the NFL at the time, Marshawn Lynch, and they don't run it in, and they pass it, and it gets picked, and Tom Brady gets a lucky Super Bowl once again.
Yeah.
But the funny thing about that is the Seahawks players kind of blame that on Pete Carroll babying Russell Wilson, and that he wanted Russell Wilson to be the hero, not Marshawn Lynch, which I think is interesting. So,
yeah, I got you. And for me, like, I don't know what you're gonna think about this.
I'm probably gonna hate it.
You think?
No, it's fine. Based on this is a heated pod, bro. I love it.
All right, for me, I know that when you're looking at your favorite NFL playoff game since 2010, you should go with nostalgia. But for me, it's the 2022 divisional round, Chiefs. Oof.
Oh, doggy.
All right.
You need to say pause on that.
No, that's not what pause means.
No, I know,
He
but
already said pause on you for Malcolm Brogdon, which is not even what pause means.
Oh.
I tried to tell him.
It means if you're a sussy boy.
Pause.
Good one. Yeah.
If you're sus.
You,
All right, go ahead.
anyway, I know you're supposed to go with nostalgia, but for me, it's the 2022 divisional round between the Chiefs and the Bills. Super intense, super high scoring, a lot at stake. Battle between the 2 best QBs in the NFL at the time. Overtime game. Crazy thing. The overtime was so crazy, they just completely changed the rules for the next year. I mean, that offensive slugfest.
13 seconds.
I mean, I've got to go with that one.
13 seconds, a number that will live in infamy for most people. Or for Bills fans, at least.
All right, man. You good?
All right, yeah, I'm good.
You good, Adam?
Clocking out.
Later, Tater.
All right, guys. So that's it for episode number 40 of the Good Point Bro podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed us on Friday the 13th. It's been fun. Let us know how you think of Adam and Bossmaster Fresh back there. If you guys enjoyed his little puts in the back. And, whoa. That's a pause.
What did he do?
Pause.
Little puts in the back.
Oh.
We can talk about it later.
Hold up.
Anyway. See you guys.
Peace.